For the third week in a row, I want to ask this question: when is Carson Wentz gonna get benched? I'm adamant. I'm just adamant on the question. Like it's just like, hey, it's hard to say because he's a really good quarterback when he plays really good, but when he doesn't play really good, it's like he needs to get his ass out of the game.
I don't know, man.
Hey, yo, Mikey.
That's what I'm talking about.
What up? What up? What up? Beard Bros Podcast. You know who the sponsor is? Beard Bros Podcast. Remember to subscribe if you're new. If you're a member of the Beard Bros Podcast, comment down below. Tell us what you think. Our opinions are our opinions. You have an opinion, so let it be heard. Fuck it. Today we will be talking about some sports. NBA offseason has begun. A lot of teams making moves. There's probably like 10 trades so far. A lot of free agents signing different places that I did not expect. The front runner of every signing so far is looking like the Lakers are involved in everything. It's like every person that's on the free agent looks like they want to go to the Lakers.
Do you blame him?
I'm back-to-back champs.
I think the biggest surprise was Montrezl Harrell.
Montrezl Harrell, that was crazy.
No, even Patrick Bev was like, "What the fuck you doing, dog?"
Yeah, they literally last year, him, Lou Will, and Pat Bev fucking had a Slam magazine together, and they were calling themselves the tree. They call it a little name. They had a little name and shit. But now he's a Laker, so
He's a Laker. He's the reigning Sixth Man of the Year. Plus, we went and got the runner-up in the Sixth Man of the Year in Dennis Schroeder.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, basically, I look at it this way. With LeBron, I'm not a LeBron fan, but I'll respect LeBron's game. With LeBron and AD, you're competing for a title.
This team's the most stacked LeBron team I've ever seen in my life.
Well, that's what I'm saying is, like last year, they had somewhat of role players. Like Rondo came clutch in the playoffs. Dwight came in. You know, him and McGee were swapping.
Mm-hmm.
You know, mostly Dwight though. Danny Green, you know, he did what he could. KCP, congrats to him. He's re-signed it, which I don't understand why they keep signing this dude to a bunch of money, but he doesn't play good. Like
he
good.
plays decent. I mean, he scores like 7-8 points.
He played good like in the finals and stuff.
He scores like 7-8 points. I mean, we expect him to score more because how much he gets paid, but
right,
his role is literally to probably score like 9 points a game. And
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I want to see. Do we still have the rights to Bradley?
No, he just signed with Miami Heat.
Oh no shit!
Miami Heat, yeah.
That's a good pickup for them, man.
The Hornets got robbed by what's his name? Gordon Hayward. He's about to be the Chandler Parsons of the 2021 season.
We don't know that. Think about it. Think about when he joined the Celtics.
Mm-hmm.
He joined the Celtics with the Kyrie team and Al Horford. I felt like he had to try to mesh with them rather than them mesh with him.
Yeah.
Because Kyrie's so ball-centric, and then, they already kind of had their thing going on. Plus, they had Jaylen Brown was, a rookie or in his first year. I think Tatum maybe got drafted the year after.
He's just going to make that. He has to come off the bench.
Gordon?
Yeah, because they run the fast.
Why would you sign him if you're going to run him off the bench?
Because they're going to run a fast. They're all young, so they're going to run a fast-paced offense.
I think Gordon's going to be their main focus.
Yeah, I hope not.
I mean, he was good when it was just him. He was the main scorer in Utah. He was the guy,
maybe it will work if LaMelo doesn't try to score too much.
He's not. I don't see him being that guy. So that was one thing that I heard during the draft was there was controversy about Edwards coming out of Georgia he wasn't really into basketball.
He's not. Nah, he's a football player.
So it's why would you even want to be in the league?
But Vince Carter also came out and said when he played for the Hawks, none of those players watched any basketball, like Trae Young, Collins. None of those guys watch basketball at all. They're just chill dudes, play video games. He's like, I mean, I think that's a new thing because when I was in the league 20 years ago, we were watching film on everybody, making sure we knew how to play Kobe and Al
I'm
Iverson.
not saying you shouldn't enjoy other sports like football,
Mm-hmm.
baseball, whatever you're into. I'm just saying I would never want on my team, and I think this is why Pat Riley's so good at what he does, is he doesn't pick the guys that he thinks that have other ideas of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like Butler is like a dog.
Yeah.
Like he's like, I want to win. I don't give a fuck. This is my squad. Like that's how I've treated sports my whole entire life. Like if you're on my sideline, those are who I want to roll with.
Yeah.
And Tyler Hero and all them. I don't know. I just feel like those are the guys right now.
Edwards tried to get away from who did he get drafted by Minnesota?
Yeah.
He even did an interview and tried to like botch the interview because he didn't want to play for Minnesota. That was a rumor. I don't know if it was true or not. Like if he really did that, but rumor has it he didn't want to play for Minnesota.
I mean, I don't know. Shout out Klay Thompson too because
Damn,
that's
that's tough.
just RIP'd again this year.
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks, but I'll be honest. I think the Golden State Warriors are done.
I don't know. They got a couple animals on that team that play hella defense.
Maybe, but I see them as maybe making the playoffs.
Because you got to think Rockets are going out. They're probably
okay, but
outwards.
the Suns are coming up.
Suns are coming up.
You can't count out San Antonio.
You can't, but
it's pop.
It's hard. It's hard with that team right now. They don't have a premier like DeRozan, but he's not that great.
Name the top. You got both LA teams.
Yeah, you had to put those two.
Denver was in the Western Conference.
Denver has a hot streak right now because of how they played. They played really well.
You got the Jazz still.
Jazz are pretty good, but
and then you got Dallas.
Dallas is a team that I think is going to be on an up and coming.
You have the Suns now. We don't know how good the Suns are going to be.
I think the Suns will be really good because if they play like the old Suns with like Stoudemire, Nash, and then
it almost looks like that's what they're aiming for.
Basically, now they have a premier scorer like top dog scorer.
And then you have Portland still.
They just can't. They don't have enough to go over the hump.
I guess you would put Golden State somewhere in. Like
oh yeah, you got a guy named Curry on that team.
Yeah, but think about this. And tell me your opinion because you watch basketball and keep up with it more than I do.
Yeah.
If you have Klay Thompson and Curry,
you're fucking going to the championship more likely. Yeah, okay. You're more likely. No matter who you're playing.
If you fixate your defense on one guy.
That's why. The young man that they picked up, Wiseman, is going to be a beast,
but he's
bro.
A rookie.
I mean, you seen John Morant? The dude scored 20 points.
Are we comparing him to John Morant? Like, are
you
gonna go out there and put your don't what if it? I want to hear a cold fact
because his pick and roll with Draymond Green is crazy. And Draymond Green is just a half-ass offensive player.
Draymond Green and who?
And Wiseman.
But
Curry.
Wiseman. Oh, okay.
So him and Curry are good pick and roll players, but Wiseman is like, say, who can I compare him to? Maybe a young Dwight Howard, that height. I mean, he's not gonna shoot the ball. He's not gonna.
Right.
But Curry,
he gives him
but say Curry's going off the screen. He's either hitting the three, driving, or he got that easy dump to Wiseman.
I guess I'm anxious to see it.
But then you still got Kelly Oubre and you got Andrew Wiggins.
I just look at I see them making the playoffs. I just don't see them making.
I see them upsetting a couple teams like Dallas if Dallas is like a 3 seed.
I don't.
Or Clippers.
I don't see that either.
So.
I can't give somebody again. The basketball these days, I feel like the bigger and the more athletic a guy is, the further that person, like an Antetokounmpo, a LeBron, a Butler. Look at Dragic. Doncic. Look at Tatum's decently
Shout out Tatum, though. He got a $195 million extension.
Donovan Mitchell.
Shout out Donovan.
Got a good extension, too. I'm just saying, when you have size, like Murray for Denver has a bit of size.
Yeah, he's a bigger point. He's like 6'3" point guard. He's a bigger point guard.
If LaMelo could put on weight like that almost.
Yeah, I mean, he should be able to. You got P.J. Washington in there. You got some big fuckers in there that could really Devontae Graham. Those guys are bigger guards and forwards. I mean, he should be able to do it.
I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how it goes here this this next season. But you're right. A bunch of people wanted to go to L.A.
Yeah.
Nobody really signed with the Clippers.
Serge Ibaka did, and I think he's a very underrated player.
Underrated, but he ain't compared to Anthony Davis. Like they're not the same. And you could even put Montrezl Harrell on him.
Yeah, that's pretty comparable. Them two are like even.
Exactly. So if they're guarding each other, who the fuck's guarding AD? Ain't nobody.
I don't think there's anybody in the league besides like Giannis, maybe.
That's true.
Giannis is the only dude that could guard him.
And so I look at it both. I look at both all the signings this. I mean, Rondo got a big contract this year with Atlanta.
Yeah. Dwight Howard, where'd he go?
Dwight Howard went to Philly.
We went to Philly. Yeah.
We're trying. I mean, right now they're still trying to get either Philly or Brooklyn trying to pull a trade off for James Harden.
Somebody's gonna get Russell Westbrook, and I think it might be like.
They said Washington is interested in sending over
John Wall.
That fool to Washington and John Wall back to the Houston.
John Wall would be lit. I think John Wall's gonna have an up year too. So.
You say that, I feel like all the time.
Yeah, he's just my favorite player. That's why I like.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
I want him to have a good. I want him to be an all-star, like MVP all-star, like that way.
It's just he's sometimes just players strike out.
Yeah, he's one of those players. Like he came in and he was the fastest player. He's still one of the fastest players in the league, but it's just
I just
hard.
think of like John Morant. I think of who else was a rookie this past year that was pretty good.
Tyler Hero, Kobe White, R.J. Barrett, Cam Reddish.
See, like none of those sound like Morant had a good season.
Yeah,
but
Zion.
Again, just the way I view players, it's like okay, you came in a little hot, you know. Let's see what you do moving forward. Are you a guy that a franchise can sit there and say, we're going to build around you?
That's why I think Cam Reddish is going to be the best one out of, besides John Morant, but Cam Reddish, because you don't have to score. He got so many fucking scorers on the team. All you got to do is play defense and be average, pretty much. 15 points. That's all you got to really do.
I don't know. Right now, the favorites are Lakers again. You
to.
Can't blame them. They are the defending champs. On top of they still have LeBron. AD knows how to win now.
Yeah,
and they just built the damn team like no other team I've ever seen LeBron on.
You got
maybe the year they had Ray Allen and Haslam.
But they was on old. Even Wade was a little bit old. He was like 30 something.
Yeah, but they were still.
He was still older than LeBron.
They were still fucking fire.
They were good, but like AD, Montrezl Harrell at like 27, and you got Dennis Schroeder. Oh my God, that's crazy. Dennis Schroeder is a fucking animal on defense too.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
I've never seen a team
like
that
okay,
loaded.
right now, even like okay, let's say I don't know, Milwaukee's a little bit better, I guess, but
the only other team I look at like that could compete would probably be. Clippers don't have anybody that's big enough to guard AD. Maybe.
I would say maybe Dallas.
That's what I was thinking.
Or
Dallas, are in the West, but I was thinking like the Nets because they have Jared Allen. I think that's his name.
Josh Allen, the guy that signed again.
Big old fucking afro, yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't see a team competing with LA.
Nah, there's no way. Even because you got to think that's only their starters. Their bench players you're gonna get like Markieff Morris. That's gonna give you another 9 points off the bench. I mean, their bench players are gonna be amazing.
I don't know. Once I seen Schroeder the trade, then I see we got Wesley Matthews.
Oh yeah,
then
forgot.
We got
that's
Harrell.
That's a defensive team.
We're just fucking the bench is so big. We're not even gonna have. And they came out with the stat the other day, last night I think, that all the teams' rosters are full except like 7 teams, and one of the teams is LA.
Yeah, I figured. But like I said, that's going to be a real 3-and-D team. Schroeder, Wesley, LeBron don't shoot very many threes, but he can. He plays good defense. AD
we don't have a shooter.
Yeah, Wesley Matthews used to be, but I mean, he's more of a defensive player
That's
now.
what I'm saying. I think we're solidly defense.
That's why I wanted to Boban.
No, you know who I think's going to have that season? I'm not saying I like him all that much, but I just feel like maybe he's going to finally get his opportunity, maybe shoot the ball more. Kuzma.
Oh, I forgot we had Kuzma. Damn, that's tough.
We still have that full
that's
sitting
tough.
there, just like marinating in the sauce.
And you got to think, he's only like 23, 24 maybe, if that. He went to college probably like 3 years.
Or he's a trade value pick.
You could. I would trade him probably for somebody like I could shoot.
Beal.
Yeah.
Bradley Beal. Bring Bradley Beal. We're so deep everywhere. It's
Yeah, like
stupid.
someone that could shoot like crazy. Like even a PJ Tucker that could just shoot fucking threes in the corner. You're just making threes all day.
I don't know. I would be honest. Okay, so the Lakers had been rumored to want DeMar DeRozan, but we would have given up
Danny Green.
Kuzma and Danny Green and a first-round pick, I think. And they said no. Somehow we got Dennis Schroeder on the cheap, I feel like.
Yeah, I think it's OKC just getting rid of their players.
Yeah, because Steven Adams ended up getting traded.
Oh,
Chris
yeah,
Paul
Pelicans.
got traded.
I know. I'm sad for. I think his name is Shai Gilchrist-Alexander.
Oh, the guy that's on OKC still.
Yeah, man, that's tough.
He's
He's a good player too.
But maybe he's a guy. You know, there's pieces that end up getting moved. I think NBA is the worst. I don't even think you want to get a home.
Nah, you staying in penthouses and shit like that.
Like, you have to rent out places.
Yeah, you're
because I
not
just
fucking.
feel like
You never know.
you don't know. Like, who was it? Trevor Ariza?
Oh yeah, he
He
traded
got
3 times in 4 days or 2
4
days.
times?
Yeah, it's fucking
he
crazy.
was all over the place. Like, not obviously you wouldn't buy a house in 2 days, but it's just that fool's been traded around everywhere throughout his career.
Mm-hmm.
He's been in LA. He's been in Orlando. He was in Houston. He just went to Portland.
He was in Wizards. He was a fucking. I think he might have been a Buck at one time. I mean, he's been everywhere. So
see, that's what I'm saying.
he was a Sun
NBA
at a
is
time.
just different.
So yeah,
I don't know.
I've fucking been on like 6 teams.
Yeah, probably about 6 teams. So watch out for the Lakers. That's a bit of the news because there was the NBA draft. I believe it was this past Wednesday.
Yeah.
And then the day after, or Friday, had started free agency. And then they were able to sign as of Sunday. So
Yeah, I want to see Wiseman win the Rookie of the Year. I ain't seen a big guy win a Rookie in the year in a while. So
that'd be
cool.
lit.
That'd be kind of cool.
So on some other news, last night was UFC 255. Shout out Valentina Shevchenko.
Whip some ass again.
She
No. Disappointing
I
fight.
okay, so this is how I put things. I think we get spoiled.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
you know when like she goes in there and fucks shit up? I think we're so used to her going in there and fucking shit up that this chick did not stand a chance either way, but she had a game plan. She was like, I'm gonna grapple with her. I'm gonna put her against the fence. She seemed a little bit maybe bigger than her, like weight wise, but she tried. But Valentina just, the first round was hers. Maybe you could give the second round to Maya, but then the third round she took over again. Fourth round she took over, and it was like Valentina was like, I'm gonna beat you at your own game, which was ground and pound.
And she did.
And she did. And then the fifth round, she just let it loose. She was fucking her up. I think she broke her nose.
That's how I feel like Shevchenko is like Ronda Rousey. We always wanted Ronda just to fuck people up, and now it's
But she was never that person. Like Ronda was never
just straight beat your ass kind of.
Yeah, she was more on the like
Grapple.
specializing in like takedowns. She had some of the fastest submissions. She would always submit her people, like her not people, but
Opponents.
her opponents.
Yeah.
She would always do that shit. So to me, it wasn't necessarily it wasn't a physical fight. So when she fought Holly Holmes,
It was so.
it was different. And then Amanda Nunes, it was different because those fuckers don't really care about the ground and pound like Ronda did. And then when she got punched in the face, Ronda was like, I'm not used to getting punched in the face.
Yeah, that's just.
And so sometimes it happens that way. So, like Valentina, I think she's so good in the flyweight that I don't know if anyone can beat her. I think the best fight to make in women's division would be Amanda Nunes versus Valentina. Yes, Valentina would have to go up 10 pounds. But they fought already once, and there is, I think there's at least some popularity in Valentina won that fight. Like, she probably won that fight, and they gave it to Amanda, but it was closer than I think a lot of people really look at it. So,
damn.
and then that was a couple years ago. Now, Valentina's been fucking shit up in the flyweight. She's like the first flyweight champion. She's defended it like 4 or 5 times now. No one's even getting close to beating her.
Who else fought on that card besides?
Okay, so the main event, shout out Davidson Figueiredo. That boy is just a fucking animal. Like again, a flyweight, which is 125 pounds. If you guys don't know, these guys are little, man. They're like 5'5", 5'6", 125 pounds, fast as fuck, but shredded. Like they're fucking
0% body fat type
probably.
shit. Yeah.
He fought Alex Perez. Alex Perez, he was in the Contender Series, the Dana White Contender Series. This was his 4th fight. I know it was his 5th fight. He was 4-0 up to this point in the UFC since he had gotten in. He was hot. He was on a hot streak, man. Like he looked good. I know though, a lot of people liked him because he's like Mexican and
That's
all
one of
this
the
stuff.
around this area. People would like him.
Exactly. And so Figueiredo, he's from like Brazil, man. Like
he's a
like,
savage.
Yes, he's on a different level.
Motherfuckers from there are savages.
And so he just became the flyweight champion since Henry Cejudo retired. This fool, I knew he was gonna win. I didn't know how he was gonna win. But he said, I'm going to knock him out. I'm going to submit him in the first round. Took him 1 minute and 40 seconds.
Knocked him out?
Submit.
Oh, shit.
It was crazy because this fool had him by, like, he was holding him by the leg. Figueiredo somehow, like, goes underneath, like, and gets his leg. They do it like a little bit of a scramble kind of thing. And he ends up with the guillotine. He's just choking him. It didn't even look like he had him too much. He almost got it, but they say, like, when you're in that type of guillotine choke, the moment you know you panic is when you try to stand up with the guy. So he starts to stand up, and immediately, like probably a couple seconds once he stood up, he started tapping. It was done.
Fuck.
And so, I mean, it was a good fight, but I knew all along. There was 2 other dudes, Brandon Moreno and Brandon Royval. They're both flyweights. They were up in the rankings. Moreno beat Royval, and he's like 2nd ranked now, behind which was Alex Perez. He'll probably move up to number 1 ranked, and then you have the champion, obviously. They're planning on fighting. Cody Garbrandt? That fool. Yeah. He got on last night, like on Instagram or something, talking a little bit of shit, saying Alex Perez is a pussy, and that he's calling Moreno an easy fight. So, I don't know.
Oh, that's who the champion is?
Figueiredo's the champ.
Oh, who?
But Garbrandt is in that.
Oh, he's like 5 or something?
Yeah, like he's in the rankings, and then Moreno's ahead of him. So maybe they end up fighting Cody and Moreno.
He's trying to make it interesting type shit.
Maybe, just to see who's worth it. But I'll be honest, Cody, I feel like you're washed, bro. Like, you got knocked out like 3 times in a row. Then you came back and won like kind of an easy fight yourself. So, I don't know. Maybe you need to fight a little bit more and come back. It's whatever, bro. So, this guy. So, remember, I had fucking told you guys about Chaos Williams. That fool's a stud. Whatever. Keep your eyes out. Another guy to watch out for. I'm sure you guys have seen this knockout. His name's Jaqueen Buckley.
Is it to do with the heel kick?
Yeah, when that dude was holding his fucking foot and he spun and kicked that fool and knocked him out cold.
Yeah.
That fool fought last night again.
Again?
Again.
Didn't he fight in like October or September or some shit?
Yeah, he fought like 6 weeks ago.
What the fuck?
But he didn't get fucked up.
Fucking savage,
so
bro.
So he comes back and they're like, he's, a lot of people are like, he's a hype train.
Yeah.
They're like, this fool ain't no hype train, dog. This fool's a beast. Like, he knocks people out. Again, TKO, 2nd round. Knocked his fucking ass out. Like, so dirty that fool, like, knocked out standing up and didn't, like, fall like you normally fall.
Like the first guy, like,
you know when you get knocked out and they, like, kind of, like,
limp over
down?
Yeah.
This fool, like, knocked out against the fence and just kind of stood there for, like, a good sec. It was crazy. Even that fool didn't hit him no more. The ref came in, called it done. That fool's on the rise. I don't know. I wouldn't put him better than Chaos, but I believe they're both in the same division. And so I want to see them 2 fight. I want to see them get it. They're fucking beasts. So that was kind of last night. Like I said, Figueiredo, champion. I think he's there to stay. Unless Triple C, which is Henry Cejudo, decides to come back. I don't know anybody really in there. Okay, so on a different card, though, my birthday, December 19th, they announced that there is a fucking stacked card. Probably the most stacked card that's not ever been for a title.
I was just say that what do you call it? Card was pretty stacked for. Was it Habib's fight that it was pretty stacked? Or the one like a couple weeks before that was kind of stacked too. It was one of those.
Habib fight.
It was either Habib's fight or like a week or two before Habib's fight. It was pretty stacked. I can't remember which one it was. But there was one card in like September that was pretty fucking stacked.
Habib's card was okay, but they're always stacked for the most part. But this card on December 19th, my birthday's on a Saturday this year.
That's what's up.
This is the last card of the year. It's not even a pay-per-view. It's the last card of the year.
So 19th is the last. So there's only one fight.
There's one more card. I think on the 5th.
I was gonna say
of December, and then there's the card on my birthday.
That's what I was saying. Like, there's only one card.
From fucking top to the bottom, like all day glued to the TV that day. Leon Edwards is fighting probably one of the most hyped guys in the UFC right now. I don't know how to pronounce his name because I think he's Russian, I believe. He's Russian. Hold on. Fight night, December 19th. I love UFC, man. I just... Kamzat Chimaev or something like that.
What the fuck?
I'm not kidding. This fool is fucking sick, dog. Like, he's badass. Nobody wants to fight Leon Edwards, though. And nobody wants to fight this motherfucker.
So they fought each other?
And Leon Edwards is number 4. This fool's fucking new and barely in the UFC, and he's ranked like 15th.
That's how fucking badass he is?
That's how fucking badass. But then, go figure. This dude's my dog. I've been hyping him up last like 2 podcasts. They throw Chaos Williams on the motherfucking card. I'm like, for real?
Who's he fighting?
He's fighting Michael Piera. We watched him at UFC in Albuquerque or Rio Rancho. He was doing like backflips and shit. He had yellow shorts.
Yeah.
He was kind of fucking around.
He was fucking with the dude. Yeah, he was fucking with him.
Guess who else is on the card? Greg motherfucking Hardy's on the card. He's like the third fight. Yeah, that fool. Guess who else is on the card? Jose Aldo is on the card.
Oh, he's fighting. I seen him the other day.
He's fighting Marlon Vera. That fool's the guy that was cornering Figueiredo last night. He's a 135er. He's badass too. Marlon's a pretty badass. Speaking of Marlon Moraes is on the fucking card, dog. Dog, this card from, like I said, the top to the bottom, it's not championship cards, but they're like contender fights. It's all people that are trying to earn like a spot, like trying to move up in the rankings. They're trying to get to the championship. They're doing all these things, to do whatever to make it happen. And so you have all these cards or all these guys fighting on this card. It's ridiculous. I'm excited. So you guys keep an eye out for that card. I mean, it's gonna be probably one of the best cards ever, to be honest. Like I said, from top to bottom, it's just a stacked card.
The 5th. Speaking of fights, the 5th, you got Earl Spencer Jr. versus Danny Garcia boxing fight.
Oh, really?
It was supposed to be the 21st this weekend. They pushed it to the 5th of December. So
hey, that's what's up.
That's gonna be a fuck.
We misspoke the other day. We thought that the Tyson Jones fight was this weekend.
It's the 28th.
It's actually this next weekend.
Yeah, I seen that too.
Saturday. Keep an eye out for that. There's those fights. I love fights. I won't watch really boxing unless it's like something like that. I'll
that
fight.
shit's gonna be lit. 2021, you'll have what is it called? Ultimate Fighter. They've announced there will be a 2021 Ultimate Fighter. Dana White said that. I'm like, what?
What are you talking about?
You know what Ultimate Fighter, like when they had the little fucking what's the bullshit called? Like when they had a house full of fighters and then they had 2 coaches.
Who's the coaches?
They haven't announced it yet, but I seen that they were gonna fucking have.
That shit's pretty dope.
They haven't had it in a few years. They said.
Probably. I know it's a pretty dope. It's basically like a fight camp. Yeah. You have like a red team and a blue team, and then you have 2 UFC like actual fighters.
I wonder who they're gonna pick the
coach.
Typically,
they're usually they're not the same weight class, so it's not like Connor. If Connor did it, it would be Connor and then a bunch of like 155ers. It'd be like Connor and like bantamweight
Mhm.
or even heavyweights. It's not. So it just depends.
Maybe-
I hadn't heard anything about it, to be
Yeah, I
honest.
hadn't heard the coaches. I just heard that Dana White came out and said that.
On that note, Connor and them just did like on Connor. Connor finally agreed, and Dustin Poirier agreed to fight.
I know. Let's pray that nothing
January
happened.
23rd,
28th, I believe it is.
something like that. In January, I think it's the 23rd.
That's
But yeah, there's that fight going on. It's not for a belt or anything, but
I mean,
it's
eventually.
it's basically to fight. Or you know what? It might be for the belt because Habib retired.
That's what I'm saying. It might be.
It might be, but I don't know. I think it's gonna be. I think what you do is the winner versus Justin Gaethje for the belt.
It says I don't know. It doesn't give me a date.
I'm pretty sure it's the 23rd.
Yeah, this is the 2021. Oh yeah, January 23rd.
Yeah. So keep an eye out for that here in the next couple months or so.
Yup.
Pretty much, yeah, that's pretty much what I experienced this weekend. Obviously, football. I guess we're trying to get through other shit before we hit y'all with just the football shit.
The football shit's just the most like hot shit, but yeah, that's what we got for you this week. We got boxing, UFC, and ML. Or
I'm trying to think of
NFL.
anything. Oh, how the fuck did I forget this? College motherfucking football. Fucking Trojans, 3-0.
Did
baby.
they beat Utah?
They beat the shit out of Utah.
I seen
Finally,
that.
we
I seen that
fucking
shit.
put it to work. We were on the road. It's crazy because we're the first team to ever play 3 teams in a row that had not played a game yet. None of the
shit.
teams that we played had played a game before they played us.
So everybody was just
So
that was the
everybody
first
was
game.
0-0 while we're just rolling.
Oh, that's what's up.
So we ended up winning. Everybody's hyping up Oregon because they're like ranked 11th. Bro, they barely beat UCLA last week. They barely even beat who'd they almost lose to? Stanford? I don't know. But they've been on some bullshit. But Trojans, hell yeah, my dogs. Keep it rolling. Proud of you guys. You guys are, just tearing it up over there. So keep doing what you're doing. I'm so proud of you guys. And Slovis, I mean, you're stepping up. It seems like every week you're kind of progressing, dude. You're making those throws. The defense. I'll be honest, the defense is actually looking a lot better than when they started.
They played UCLA, and then they played Washington State,
Oh, that's who they almost lost
and
to.
then they played Stafford too, though.
But the first game,
Yeah.
but they beat them pretty bad.
14-35, 43-29, and they barely won by 3.
Yeah. So I don't know. Oregon,
and they're ranked 9.
they just moved up
Yeah.
into the top 10 because they're ranked 11. And what the fuck, ESPN or the college AP and shit? Why the fuck you got the Trojans at 23 straight weeks in a row, bro? Respect the name. Like, what the fuck we gotta do?
I know, because Oklahoma went out, came back in, and now they're like 19.
They're in the top 15 now because they were ranked 16th, just beat the 14th or 13th ranked Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, we're 3-0.
I've been watching a little bit of college football because I had to look. We talk about it, so I had to start looking up. I'm like, how the fuck they go out of the top 25 and then come back and they're ranked higher than
I don't know.
UCLA
I guess
or
it's
UNC.
what they look at is it's the competitor.
What's your team? USC.
Southern Cal.
Oh yeah, I couldn't think what it is. I was gonna say
The
UCLA, but it's not it.
USC Trojans.
Yeah.
No, we're 3-0. I mean, okay, obviously we beat Arizona State. I think they're pretty good. And then Arizona, that was a way closer game than I even liked. But then we just rolled on fucking Utah. So come on, like, give us a little bit of respect. On that note, Ohio State versus Indiana, 2 undefeateds. I'll be honest, Indiana is the real deal. They're not as good as Ohio State, but they're good, man. They were down 28-7 at halftime. They got all the way within a touchdown to lose by a touchdown.
Fuck.
So respect on them. I even think they were on the road. So to be in Ohio State Stadium playing against, one of their top 4 teams in the country, and to be, how can I put it? Indiana wasn't supposed to be here. They were gonna play that game regardless, but they weren't supposed to have like even a number by their name, and they had a number 9. Respect to them, man. Like they pulled it off. There was like 4 games postponed this weekend. It was like Florida State and Clemson, Florida, and somebody else, Baylor. They're like all due to Corona.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah, there was a bunch of games this weekend, but Alabama rolled. BYU, they're in the top. I think they're like 7th right now, and then Cincinnati's like 6th or 5th right now.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out those teams. I like to see those teams because yes, you get the Bamas, yes, you get the Clemsons, yes, you get the Ohio States, the Notre Dames, but you don't see the Indianas, the BYU's, the Cincinnati's. I'm trying to think of who else is the top 10. I think that's all of them. But
Yeah, you don't see that shit in football at least.
no,
Not
like
those ones.
BYU is never really that good. Like they're okay. They're usually upper on the 20-ish, 19, 18.
Yeah.
They're never top fucking 6. Like they're undefeated rolling.
Fuck.
Yeah, they're like they look good. Like right now, I think they could beat Notre Dame. They could probably beat Cincinnati. I don't think they could beat Alabama. I don't think they could beat Ohio State.
Damn.
And I don't think that they could beat Clemson with Trevor Lawrence.
That sounds like the top 5.
Yeah,
out of
like-
the 6 teams.
Like out of the 6 teams, they're probably, I would say, probably the 4th best team. Because Notre Dame, I don't. It's not because I don't like Notre Dame. It's just more because they are always this way. They're always overhyped, and then once it comes to the playoffs, they fucking suck.
They suck. Fuck.
Yeah, so I just want to see somebody new.
Yeah, hell yeah, me too. That's what I like all the time. You always want to see somebody new.
So, yeah. Other than that, I'm trying to think of what other sports may have happened.
It hasn't happened yet, but Jake Paul and Floyd Mayweather are going back and forth to box. So, or not Jake? Yeah, Logan Paul. That's his name.
That is not happening.
Uh,
Logan Paul
will lose.
outweighs fucking Mayweather by like 50 pounds.
Yeah, I just seen both of them back and
They're
forth.
not gonna do it. Mayweather. It's all. This is the thing. I think people talk shit like that to draw people in.
Oh yeah, Mayweather's what 50-something, 40-something years old.
He's in his 40s.
Yeah, he's old as fuck. I would hope Logan Paul would beat him, but you know.
I don't know, because right now, like Khabib, he's 28 or 29 and 0 now.
29 and 0.
So Dana White was coming out and saying like he's gonna come back and fight for that 30-0. But to me,
I don't think he will.
Khabib's on a different level. Like he's not that guy that cares about that kind of shit. Like he don't care what people are gonna think of 29 and 0 and 30 and 0.
Yeah,
like,
you don't give a fuck.
He's got an O, and that's what matters to him.
Yeah, he ain't got a 0-1. He got a 29 and 0.
Yeah,
no ties.
I
Motherfucker's
fucking
a beast.
can't stand the fact he beat Conor. That's my favorite fighter, but I respect the game, and that fool beat his ass.
Yeah.
So, and he beats everybody's ass.
Yeah, I feel like he beats everybody up. I mean, it don't matter. But I think football is the next one we're going to jump on.
football's there, so let's see. You start wherever you want to start.
Tua Tagovailoa, he got benched today. But
Okay, he didn't get really benched. He did get his ankle kind of rolled
Oh,
on.
he got hurt?
And even Coach Flores came out and said he's not. It's still his spot.
Okay.
So I don't know if maybe he tweaked it and they're like, you know what, just sit out the rest of this game. Like we're getting our ass beat. Which
Yeah.
is what the fuck. You guys lost to Denver. But I mean, maybe the weather. I don't fucking know.
The
Y'all
weather
play
was
like-
horrible for every game. It
I
felt
guess fucking Dolphins. I fucking am pissed about that shit because I had their defense. But that's on the side note. Tua looked like shit.
Yeah, he was 11 for 20 for like 83
They
yards.
had one touchdown at the very beginning, and it was because they picked off Drew Lock and took it to like within the 25
20,
yard.
yeah, it was.
And then they ended up scoring. And then they had one other drive that got them into field goal range, and that was it. Outside of that, Tua looked like trash.
Yeah. Tua had another game where he didn't look good. The first game he didn't look good, and this last game.
So
he didn't.
notice one factor that's different than the other games.
His defense.
Played in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
He played in Arizona, and he played in Florida. Then he went to Miles High,
Oh, he don't like the cold.
and he played in fucking probably
It was said. They said it was 27 degrees.
27 degrees.
He don't like the cold. Well, he is like a Samoan, so I mean, I
don't
would
give a
hope this
fuck.
motherfucker don't want to.
I don't give a
We
fuck.
haven't seen Justin Herbert in weather
That
like
fool
that.
slinging it.
Hey.
Shout out to the rookie of the
He
year.
has 24 touchdowns on the season.
He's the first rookie to have, I believe, 7 games, I think, at least, with 2 touchdowns in
Dude.
each game.
He's an animal. Dude is a fucking
He's
stud.
also, I think, the only rookie to ever have are the first person to start at quarterback and have 5 or more games with 300 yards.
But there's another man that's a rookie that has done some historical stuff. His name is no. I'm not gonna say him yet. Well, he'll be last. He'll be last. But Chase Claypool, he has 10 touchdowns in 10 games.
Yeah.
I think it's like 8
He was
receiving,
the first person to do that.
8 receiving yards, or receiving touchdowns, and 2 rushing touchdowns, and the record was like 11 from like a 1950 player.
No, that's the Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right.
But yeah, he's up there. You put
Claypool is up there, but I'm sorry. I don't. Maybe I'm biased because
Yeah.
I'm a quarterback, but it just you're held to a higher standard when you're
but
quarterback.
it's easy like
I'm
to
not
pick.
taking anything away from Claypool. I think he's a beast.
He's in the running. Him, Herbert, and I'm gonna put like James Robinson because he's undrafted. He was an undrafted player.
But he
played pretty good today.
He didn't play bad, but he's not putting up the numbers like a Claypool.
No, but
Claypool and Justin are both breaking records.
But I was saying he's the third. Other than that, I don't. Unless you put like Justin Jefferson.
No, he dropped a catch earlier. He sucks.
Fucking sucks. But he did catch.
He got the first down. He fucking sucks.
Yeah, I mean,
no, those two guys are killing the game. I mean,
I still have that Chase Claypool rookie card signature,
just
so it's
sitting
just
there,
sitting there,
just
marinating, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like, not so Steelers 10-0. Shout out fucking Steelers. I mean, I can't stand the motherfuckers, but they're doing work.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not. Bear with me when I say what I'm gonna say. I just want to give me 1 second here. Talk about the Steelers or whatever.
Defense. Who'd they play this
They
week?
played Jacksonville.
They played. I mean Jacksonville, so I would assume they would kill them. It was 27-3. Their running backs still hasn't got 100 yards. I think there's only 2 running backs. Excuse me, 2 running backs that have rushed for 100 yards on this team. I'm not 100% sure. They did play a rookie quarterback in Lutton that had 4 picks. So, I mean, 27-3, 4
But
picks.
that defense did step up.
Yeah, so you should win that way.
So bear with me now, okay? I just had to bring up what is the Steelers' regular season schedule. And I'm not taking away anything from what they are. They're 10-0, respect. But they played the Giants week 1. And I'll say the Giants are playing better now, but in week 1 they weren't playing good.
Anybody in the NFC East you play, you should win.
I think even Saquon might have got hurt the next week.
Yeah, Saquon had like 3 yards, though.
Oh, yeah.
He had 3 yards on that defense.
Week 2, they played Denver.
Okay.
Okay.
And I think that's one of the running backs. I think Melvin Gordon or somebody had 100 yards on him.
The next week, and we know who they are now, Houston. They're not very good.
No.
Okay. You played the Eagles. Not very good.
Again.
You killed the Browns. And, yeah, the Browns are probably one of the few teams, and the Titans, few teams that are actually got a winning record. Okay. Okay, those 3 games, I'll give you respect. The Browns, the Titans, and the Ravens in a row. Mm-hmm. You beat all 3 of them in a row. Respect. But then you barely beat Dallas, and then you played the Bengals and the Jags. I mean, out of all those teams, I think only 3 of them have a winning record. The Jags have won 1 game. Bengals have had, how many games? Maybe 2?
Bengals, yeah, they had like 2 or 3. Maybe.
2. Dallas barely won their 3rd.
Ooh, fucking idiots.
And then Eagles have 3 wins. Texans have like 3 wins. Broncos have like 4 wins. And the Giants have like 3 wins.
That's crazy. That's tough.
And I'm not taking away the fact, like, they play the Ravens next. The
Ravens don't show up on big games.
Ravens just suck.
They're like the Browns. The Browns are going to get beat. They're 7 and whatever, but they're going to get beat by any good team just because they're the Browns.
Yeah. I think that their final, like, 3 out of the 4 games they play, I think that's going to test the Steelers. They play the Bills week 14.
That's an L.
In Buffalo.
That's an L.
A Sunday nighter. Then we're not going to count the Bengals game because shout out Joe Burrow, man. Poor fucking guy, dude. Not sure exactly the extent of the injury.
They tweeted that it's an ACL injury, a knee injury, so they say he's out for season. They don't know if it's actually torn yet, but they said it's the ACL.
Fuck. That's tough, man. Get better, Joe Burrow. Prayers your way, man.
Yeah.
So
that
we'll discard that Monday night against the Bengals.
I know
'cause it's
that's
just not gonna happen now.
feels bad, man.
The following week, though, they go and play the Colts. They play the Colts at home, though.
Colts played pretty decent today, actually.
They won, did they?
They might have won. I didn't.
They're 7-3. What it shows on here.
Okay, yeah, they must have won.
They beat Green Bay.
That's a big win.
I think they kicked the winning field goal.
Oh, where
won.
they at? Yeah, they won.
So
Yeah,
they
beat
just beat the Titans, which beat the Ravens today, last week, and then they came back and just beat the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, the Packers.
Okay, and then they end on a Cleveland road trip.
I mean, they didn't play decent. Their corners are really tight, really good, but they still didn't play good. They had allowed 311 yards, 3 touchdowns, and got a pick. But you mean, they didn't let. They were a good rushing team. It looks like they didn't allow Aaron Jones or anybody else to do anything. They let him 41 yards. So
No, I think that the Colts. I think are a team
It's a scare.
to not look past because their defense is good.
yeah,
And they have what is considered one of the best lines in the league.
yeah, it's fucking A, bro. Michael Pittman Jr., you're a beast, and Phillip Rivers getting them the ball, you're a beast.
Yeah, they definitely play the committee backfield, but
Yeah.
you know, even committee tight ends. They got Doyle, they got Cox, and they got Burton. I mean, all three of them, you don't know who's going to score it from time to time.
Because like last week, Nika Hines and Wilkins was the main backs, and this week you had 22 rushes from Jonathan Taylor for 90 yards. So
see, you have all these different factors of each game, you know.
Yeah.
And so that plays a big role or whatever, but at the same time, you just gotta look at what they've actually shown us up to now.
yeah,
Like Green Bay, and I said this to a buddy of mine when we were playing Fortnite a little bit earlier. I said, I have the Colts for one reason. He's like, "What? It's Aaron Rodgers and Green Bay. How could they lose?" He's even playing inside. I said, it don't matter. You know what scares Aaron Rodgers? A good fucking defense.
a good front four. Oh my God.
When he's played the Bucks, lost. When he played the Saints, lost. When he plays the Colts, lost. All good defenses.
All great front four, because
So,
that's a good front four
you
defenses.
can't be scared of the good. And I'll say this: did they play good? They had a 28-14 lead at halftime.
Yeah.
What the fuck happened?
Nobody knows.
I think they have a tendency of taking their foot off the gas.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, we're up 24. I'm fucking Aaron Rodgers. I'm Aaron Jones. I'm Devontae Adams. We'll turn it up when we want.
Yeah.
And then they fucking suck.
Facts.
And so I like the Colts. I mean, the Titans, I think they're still too Derrick Henry centric.
Oh yeah, it's known. They have a wide receiver of AJ Brown that's a fucking animal. Did you see the catch?
Sucking.
See that catch? They fucking
He did.
he fucking manhandled the
I
fuckers
wonder
into
if
the
we could include that and not get flagged.
What?
The 2 best catches of the year so far. Oh well, maybe they're the top 5 catches of the year.
Who?
But that CD Lamb catch.
Oh, dude, when he like
When he went backwards,
It was-
fucking,
that was-
and
I
then
was like,
that
damn.
Adam Thielen catch. I don't know how the fuck he got his feet in.
motherfucker said
One
he
hand.
wasn't even really looking at the ball. I think he went like this and it said smack and drug his. That was disgusting.
So yeah, I mean, shout out you Viking fans at DQ that thought that the Cowboys are gonna
And gave me a 7-point lead. You fucking idiot.
Well, I mean, I asked for 10. He didn't give me 10. I should have just took the 3. I didn't think we were gonna win. I'm actually kind of disappointed.
For the 3rd week in a row, I want to ask this question: when is Carson Wentz gonna get benched? I'm adamant. I'm just adamant on the question. Like it's just like, hey, it's hard to say because he's a really good quarterback when he plays really good, but when he doesn't play really good, it's like he needs to get his ass out of the game. It's.
I don't know, man.
I'm not.
Because, okay, I look at it this way. Even though they lost, I still feel like he gives them the best chance to win the division.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because I don't know what hurts.
But I guess at this point,
I don't know what hurts.
I look at it from the other side. I say I'd say this to Carson Wentz. I'd say this is not against you personally, but I think it's time that you sit back and relax. Let us at least evaluate Jalen Hurts. and from there we'll make a decision in the offseason of who we want to go with.
Yeah, like
Because if Hurts goes in and starts doing even remotely better than Wentz,
yeah, because I feel like he should have won that game, but throwing 235 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 picks, not gonna do it. Taysom Hill did that, no picks, no throwing touchdowns, but he had 2 rushing touchdowns, 50 yards rushing. So I'm comparing him to Taysom Hill, that's first time throwing the ball as a starter, to a MVP runner that the year that they won the Super Bowl.
I mean, obviously it's hard to say like, hey, you know, blah blah blah. He sucks or he could be good. If you throw Hurts in and he's like way better, then you go with Hurts.
Maybe
but if Hurts is exactly Wentz or even just barely better than Wentz, then why even switch?
Maybe they know more than us. That's probably why he hasn't came in. Maybe he's not as good as Wentz. Maybe Wentz.
I mean, they do see him every day at practice.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe they see Tua and they were like, maybe he got it. So I mean,
it's hard. I'm not even a Wentz fan really, but
nah, I'm not.
I just think he's more of a prototype quarterback. I don't think it's his fault. His center went out today. His line's been hurt. You know, it was hell of nasty weather out there. But I can't keep making excuses for him.
Who wins?
Yeah, like you can't just keep saying, hey, this and hey, that, or oh, watch out. Like,
I mean, Baker didn't throw a pick.
yeah, but
the
they
same
also
weather.
only threw like 5 times.
Yeah, they threw 22.
22 times, and they ran with Chubb and Hunt.
That's true. I mean, he threw
You
30.
don't got Chubb and Hunt over there.
He threw 35 times
Who?
for Wentz for an additional 25 yards more than Baker Mayfield. So.
I don't know. I don't know. Like, I look at it this way. Dallas won. Washington won. Eagles lost. And the Giants, I think, were on a bye.
So whoever wins Thursday is the leader of the...
We play Washington?
We play Washington Thanksgiving. So winner of that is the
Dallas,
leader.
you better fucking lose, bro. I'm starting Washington's defense.
I started Minnesota's defense, and these motherfuckers got me 3 points. Mad as fuck.
It's better than -1.
That's facts. I played against -1.
What the fuck, bro? Like,
I hate his league.
I hate your league. I hate you.
I hate your fucking league.
Because you fucking throw these monkey wrenches in the fucking shit. Like, what the fuck, bro? Over here, quarterback's getting 6 points for touchdowns, and my kicker misses a field goal. You give me 3 deduction.
Oh, I know. I missed 1 field goal. I got -3 points.
I have -2 and -1 from my defense.
It's fucking bastard.
I'm like, bro,
I'm gonna win this week, but I'm still so pissed off.
I'm just like, whatever, bro.
I ain't gonna lie.
As long as I beat you in my league, I'm okay with
Justin
that.
Herbert is a fucking beast.
Yeah, he is a beast. Dalvin Cook still cooking.
Thielen, most touchdowns in the league as a wide receiver this year.
Right now, he leads.
He leads the league in TDs. I mean, they were saying he was washed last week. I seen Max Kellerman and all those fuckers saying, I don't know if Thielen really got it. Fantasy-wise, he would only have 8 points if those 2 touchdowns.
It's tough because, again, it all boils down to Kirk Cousins. It's not that Thielen's not good. It's that his quarterback can't get him the ball.
That's true because Diggs played on that team was average. Plays on Josh Allen's team, leading the league in receiving yards.
Yeah, that's kind of how I see it is.
That's true.
It's not necessarily his fault. It's like it's Cousins, and then Cousins, you know, you can't get him to do like Thielen to be the guy every time because – like you said, Justin Jefferson is just a beast in his own. And then you do have those games that Cook is just like
this game.
Don't stop giving it to him. Just keep giving it to him. He's going to fucking beast mode it.
Because he had 115 yards today.
Who did?
Cook.
Cook.
So then Thielen had 123 yards. So.
But how much did Cousins have?
314.
And how much did Thielen have?
123.
So basically a third of
and then Jefferson had 86, so
2 guys. So you can't
200
go wrong with
200
those.
yards of those 2 guys.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with either one of those guys. I don't know. Cousins is just too inconsistent for me.
Yeah, next week he's gonna go off for like.
Who are they playing next week?
I have no idea.
If
but
they play Green Bay, don't play them.
No, I'm not. I'm playing fucking Taysom Hill. Carolina, I might play him.
Yeah, they don't have a very good defense. I don't know, man. Shout out PJ Walker.
Oh, XFL motherfucker.
XFL badass quarterback in the XFL until they got shut down this past spring.
Then Carolina got him. I think they drafted him, right?
No, they picked him up off the waivers or whatever because he was basically a free agent. He played in Temple under the offensive coordinator of what's their fucking Carolina's coach's name?
What fuck's his name?
Fuck.
I don't know their coach.
We gotta know the name.
I was gonna say Ron Rivera, but that's Washington's coach. Oh no.
Anyways, he got something Rule. Matt Rule. So Matt Rule and Walker they played with he was a coach and he was a player back at Temple.
Okay.
So Matt Rule.
Where did that motherfucker? Damn, Andy Dalton had 19 points. That's what's up. Oh, Walker didn't have the best of games, but it was cool to see.
Yeah, so PJ Walker, quarterback, played 4 seasons at Temple under Matt Rule.
Oh, okay.
And so they already knew each other. And I ain't gonna lie, he didn't play phenomenal or anything. But, I mean, there was a few plays here and there that he was like, oh, okay, you're mobile. I would say he's even a little bit more mobile than Teddy Bridgewater. But he's a little smaller.
He was in the pocket a lot. I didn't like that. I would have liked to see him maneuver a little.
But if he's comfortable there. I mean, didn't they win? They beat the shit out of the Lions. That was the first time in Matt Stafford's career he's been shut out.
I seen what's his name, PJ Walker throwing a touchdown. Oh, he was in the red zone twice, threw pick twice. One of them literally threw it straight to the defender. No one was in the fucking air.
That's inexperience. That's
he did
first start. That's not the same as the XFL. That's NFL fucking players. It's a different game, bro.
That's true.
Because XFL players are scrubs. No offense, XFL.
They're not NFL players.
They're not fucking McCourty out there. Who are they playing? Carolina. Who do they got? Not Carolina. Detroit.
I got fucking nobody.
But it don't matter. The fact is those guys are the best of the best. But shout out PJ Walker, man. He
got a fucking start.
Got a start and a dub.
Yeah, a big dub.
You got a dub. I mean, that's what's up.
Taysom Hill didn't play very well.
Taysom Hill did not play
extraordinary.
Up to par of a prototypical quarterback.
You're 8-3 now, or whatever they are, 8-2, whatever they are. Throwing no passing touchdowns is not gonna win a game.
Okay, bring up his stats. I want to see.
I know
his stats.
I've been looking at it all day. His stats are 18 for 23 reception.
Okay, so he basically threw 80%.
He threw pretty good, but he only threw for 233 yards. No,
that's not bad.
No touchdowns, no picks. So he didn't do any negative.
But he didn't throw. Okay, that's not bad numbers. Okay, keep going.
He rushed 10 times, 51 yards, and 2 touchdowns. We all know that.
Okay. I would assume that's pretty much it. So he threw 5 incompletions, no touchdowns, no picks. He rushed for 51. So total, he had 280 yards.
80, yeah.
280 total yards. It's almost 300.
And my thing is, he knew where to get the ball. 9 catches, 104 yards. Who do you think caught that?
Michael Thomas.
Yeah, so he knew where the fuck to give the ball to.
But I'll say this too. It doesn't help that Michael Thomas drops the pass way downfield to be in the red zone.
Bro.
Emmanuel Sanders almost fumbled a fucking ball right there, in the red zone.
So I can't wait to see him next week. He won't be a tight end on ESPN. I don't believe he was. So he's gonna have to go back to. I don't know. Maybe they do because he was out there on wideout.
I was gonna say because there was some wildcat with Kamara back there.
Yeah, he. So it may they're gonna have to determine that, but at the same time, I don't know. They might put him back as a quarterback.
Okay, so let's look at it from this standpoint. Does he deserve another start over Winston? Because Breeze is out for 3 weeks, which this is 1. He's out at least 2 more weeks. 2 more weeks to decide.
Let's see, who do they play next? That's the big question. I mean,
they don't play Tampa because they're already done with them.
They play Denver. I would play him
in Denver.
At Denver, I would play him. He didn't do any negative. He didn't throw a pick. He didn't fumble the ball.
He didn't throw a pick and he didn't fumble and he didn't throw a touchdown, but he still scored 2 touchdowns.
Scored twice.
And what was the final score? 9-28 or something?
Something like that. I didn't see it. Whatever. I don't remember what it was.
It don't matter.
But yeah.
If you look under his name, by his name right there, it should say the final score next to the name, right?
No. Oh, yeah. Final score 24-9.
24-9. I think they were at home. First start, real start.
Mm-hmm. He didn't do too bad. 80% passer rating.
80%. That means basically you're saying when you have a quarterback that throws about 25 times about that, you're basically saying we're not going to give you the full reins, but we trust you enough to make these secure throws. There was a couple throws that were a little like, what the fuck are you doing?
9 of the 18 were to Michael Thomas. So I mean,
Well, 9 of that he caught.
18 completions. So he got 8.
Yeah, 9. Half of them were completed to Michael Thomas, which we don't know how many more he actually threw to him.
So that's what I'm saying. He at least he knows what the fuck. The only thing I hated, he took 3 sacks that he could have threw the ball away.
Yeah, but there's a lot of quarterbacks that don't throw the ball away that should throw the ball away.
Yeah,
there's a lot of them. I see it all the time.
Only reason I would play Taysom Hill is because Winston's MO is deep ball with high risk. There's a high risk
with a high reward.
Yeah, so him, you're gonna get
conservative. You at least know that he's probably not gonna turn the ball over.
And you got a player in Michael Thomas and Kamara that take most of the toll off of him, and
Right.
he could do whatever. No,
I mean, it was a good game plan.
It was cool.
I guess there was an interview back in the beginning of the season. They said, okay, what worst case scenario? Drew Brees gets hurt. Who's starting and what? And Sean Payton had said, if he gets hurt mid-game, Winston's going to finish the game. Give us a week of preparation. Taysom Hill will be the quarterback. He said this like in week 3, I think they said.
And I don't think he's bad, especially against Denver next week. I think he might light it up.
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it was cool to see. He had the perfect idea to pick him up and use him as either your tight end or flex. I used him as my flex, where he used him, I think, both leads tight end.
Both tight ends, because I had 2 good flex players. Like
Okay,
I had Micah Hines, but he didn't. He did a little bit. I think he did like 12, and then I have AB.
Okay, so see, I have Gronk at tight end, and it's like, why would I take away my tight end when I could use him at my flex? So I used him as my flex. So basically, I got to start 2 quarterbacks, and then I start what I felt like was the better player, because I could have started maybe Melvin Gordon, but he's so inconsistent. Plus, he was playing against the Dolphins, which I thought was a good.
No, me too. I would have not started him.
But he went off this week, of course. There was a couple other people I could have started, but
yeah.
Nonetheless, I mean,
very good player. I mean, good pickup for the week.
Good pickup for the week. Maybe moving forward if the matchups.
Yeah, it's good
because they play Denver, and then who's their matchup
That's
after
what I was
that?
gonna say. Atlanta.
So they play Atlanta again.
And then Philly.
Yeah, but I think Drew Brees might be back by then.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So if he's back, then that game don't matter. But the 2 next matchups, Atlanta, I would be a little bit more worried because now they've played against them, so they kind of know, like, hey, just stay up. That fool's not taking deep shots, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I've always been that person, like, I'm not high on people until, I see enough of them, because once there's enough film out there for you, then people can pinpoint your weaknesses and your strengths, try to take away your strengths and make you focus on them weaknesses, and that's where they try to beat you.
Yeah, that was one of the update 14-7 Raiders winning.
They're right now, what's the quarter?
Second, 14:50 left. So they're up 7 points. Josh Jacobs touchdown and Aguilar touchdown. I don't know who scored for the Chiefs yet.
It was
Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill.
So I mean, it's a good game right now.
It's a good game, but I need them to slow it down a little.
Yeah, they're fucking just going crazy.
But that's what's up. Good job. I wish I would have started Derek Carr. I had him starting, but then I thought Alex Smith was going to kind of pop off this weekend. He didn't do bad, but he didn't give me the numbers I expected.
Highlight of the weekend, I'm going to say it's going to be Keenan Allen. 16 catches, 145 yards, and a touchdown. That man was on a fucking mission.
Yeah, him and Justin Herbert tore it up.
They're good together. That's the hard thing to stop when you got a receiver that can catch any ball anywhere you throw it.
Yeah, I would say so. That was probably
the most impressive game by
probably
Herbert.
the most impressive. I mean, they did
play
play
the Jets.
The Jets
almost lost.
The Jets do suck. I mean, I don't know. I would probably say the Colts.
Colts, you like the Colts one?
I like the Colts win because it was against Green Bay.
That's a good
potential,
one too.
I like seeing that. Trying to think of another game. I mean, Seattle on Thursday. I know we forget Thursdays because it was all the way in Thursday, but I mean, Seattle came back and put it to the Cardinals and, won that game. I mean, they even came up with the defensive stop that people have been, wrecking them with, is that they don't have any defense. So they came and they stopped Kyler Murray and them. So
The Titans, too, that was a good win for them. They needed it. They were 3 of the last 4 they lost.
The thing is going into that game, the Titans had lost 3 of the last 4. And the Ravens had lost 2 of the last 3. So they were both sucking.
Yeah, that's true.
Someone had to come out of there.
But it was a good win for them. I mean,
it's a good win. It's just I wouldn't hold it
to
a higher degree than I would like the Colts.
Yeah.
Like the Colts just beat the Titans last week.
Yeah.
And then they just beat Green Bay this week.
Yeah, that's probably the best one, the Indianapolis winning.
Probably Indianapolis.
The 2 highlight games this week are
Wasn't there a really good game, though, in the afternoon?
The Titans was good. The Eagles game was pretty good. The Patriots game was pretty good. Dolphins was all right. The Jets game was pretty close.
That game was close. I could have sworn there was a higher state game, but
Cowboy game.
I mean, the Cowboy game, there was a first-round pick.
But, yeah, the 2 highlighted games is going to be kind of fun to watch. The Chiefs-Raiders and then the Rams-Bucks.
Yeah, tonight's game and Monday night's game is going to be a good game to watch.
Those are good ones to watch.
I like the Bucks, and then I like the Chiefs tonight.
Yeah, they're about to score in the red zone again.
Fuck. All right. Well, we're going to go catch the rest of this game. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Hope you guys enjoyed all the sports. Last but not least, we're making the announcement. The Fucked Up Show is coming back. You guys that are loyal watchers and watch to the end, I guess you're going to get that exclusive announcement that we're back. We'll be back November 28th? 5th?
7th.
7th?
I think that's what it is.
That's Friday.
Friday's the 27th. 26th is Thursday.
Okay. So November 27th, 10 a.m., The Fucked Up Show is back. I hope you enjoy this season opener, season 2. We're coming hard with bigger, better.
Oh, yeah, our production's pretty good now.
Production's down, editing's down, content's down. I mean, if you must know, at least, the very least you could know is it's going to be a 6-episode season.
Yeah.
So for the next 6 weeks, every Friday at 10 a.m., we will be dropping a video. And you know how it gets. It gets fucked up. So if you're wanting to be a guest, please let us know. We do have a few openings for certain. We have games already. We just need maybe a couple guests on a couple of them.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of them, that'd be cool.
Yeah, so if you guys are right here, right now, and you wanna partake in one of them, just hit us up. Either comment in the comment section. If you don't follow us on Instagram, it's beardbros_PC, which is podcast, but PC on Twitter and on Instagram. If you don't follow us there, maybe follow us on Facebook at Beard Bros Podcast page. You know, you'll see the Zia sign in a circle, BBC. BBP.
We have big black cocks, bro.
BBP over here. Yeah, so if you guys want to be guests, let us know. We're not shy from girls or guys. It doesn't matter. Maybe couples.
I prefer girls. I don't know about the guy part.
But whatever you want to do, we can make it happen. Again, we're coming back. We're coming back better than we had before. I think this is going to be some awesome exclusive content that I don't think you've seen anywhere else. So
nah, probably not.
So just keep an eye out for that. Thank you guys for all your support. Just like the video. See you guys Wednesday for the food review. Peace out.
Laters.
That's what I'm talking about.